Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss season 2 of Disney Plus / Marvel Studios original show, What If, ... question mark. 9 episodes for the first season, 9 episodes for the second. I believe the third has 8 episodes. We'll get to that. This was awesome. This is a perfect example of how to properly do an anthology series. You have the same characters or tweaked characters from a multiverse sharing collected stories. Sometimes they overlap. Sometimes one character pops up into this multiverse. It's the multiverse anthology show. Wonderful. The Watcher tells the stories. They narrate as Agent Peggy Carter / Captain Carter says many times. You have this brand new, fresh character named Kohori, who is Mohawken. And is it Mohawken? Mohawket? A Mohawk person of the Flint people. So an individual from a Mohawk indigenous person is called a Flint tribes person. I forget the term. Flintstone something. Mohawk indigenous people are like northern New York State, and then like southern Canada, so like Ontario, Quebec, northern New York State, that like general area around Lake Ontario, and like the Hudson Valley, give or take. So I loved Kohori's episode. Specifically, she was just this, she's just this random Mohawken woman just running around with her brother, I think. And they're telling the stories of the tribes and stuff, and then they come across the lake that is cursed and that's fueled by the Tesseract, because in this multiverse story, the Tesseract crash lands in this particular aspect part, and so she then has Tesseract powers, like Captain Marvel has Tesseract powers, type of a thing. So Kohori having these Tesseract powers is just so cool. She's just such a bad-ass character, so cool. And so to have her then in 2 episodes coming into the finale to fight alongside Captain Carter against, the evil multiverse Doctor Strange, awesome. So I really liked certain parts of this show. I liked the first episode was like, what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps? So cool. The second one was, what if Peter destroyed the planet or something like that? And like a kid Peter Quill, what if he was given to Ego from Yondu? And what if Yondu didn't back out of the deal? And like, what happens if Peter wants to go back to Missouri, but it's not home anymore because his mom's dead. But then what happens when Peter finds out that Ego killed his mom because of that brain tumor? Oh, what happens if Peter becomes friends with Hope Pym in the process, and having an Avengers assemble in 1988 to defeat Peter? So cool. Certain parts of this were really entertaining. Captain Carter being brought in many a times, being a fan favorite, and then being a fan of the Watchers as well. That was pretty cool. There was no Spider-Man in this. You had a lot of different Wakandan characters here and there. You had other things going on. I liked the different. What if Tony Stark crash landed on Sakaar and had a battle against the Grandmaster? So cool. But there was no Peter Parker in this particular season, which I love my Peter Parker. I love my Spider-Man. But there's no Spider-Man in this. So my one complaint about the entirety of the 9 episodes, no Peter Parker. Kohori was awesome. Captain Carter is awesome. I really want more of the two of them fighting together. That was really cool. I hope we see them again in the 3rd season. I have nothing negative to say aside from no Spider-Man in this. This is a perfect example of how to do a multiverse anthology show. Perfect. This particular series only has 3 seasons. It's lived its shelf life. It did very well with audiences as well. I really want a live-action Kohori now as well. I really want to see that awesome Tesseract-infused Mohawken leader just be badass and just destroying everything she possibly can. She's got super speed with the Tesseract power. Awesome. Love her. Love it. Awesome show. What If Season 2? On to the next review. Mahalo.